Hey everybody, this is TJ Cates with Nashville Entertainment Weekly. I'm coming to you with.
Hi everybody, this is Jill Santibanez, and look what we have today.
Good morning, Angie Keating with the Miracle League of Murfreesboro.
Hi, I'm Mark Mark Morgan, and I'm on the Redbirds team.
Thank you so much,
guys. We have a Redbirds
guys.
team in Memphis minor league. It's kind of like the Nashville Sounds, and I got invited to go to a big game with a bunch of builders and bankers last night. And it's like, thank you, because I keep meaning to go. So sports are really important, and Mark was very involved in this. But I want to hear Angie Spill kind of give us an elevator pitch. Tell us what you're all about.
The Miracle League of Murfreesboro. So we're a special needs baseball organization. We have athletes anywhere from the age of 5 and up, and we play games on the weekends just so everybody can have some physical activity. Also social interaction, which is what Mark and his team have done, and several of the other organizations that we have around Murfreesboro. Just kind of trying to familiarize typical players with special needs adults, and just individuals helping them understand that it's not easy for everybody to play baseball.
Do you assign like a particular person? Do you try to match up personalities or needs or ages, or do you do any of that? Because that's kind of you kind of got a coaching self going on with yourself, Angie.
So what we do, we have youth and adult league. So our youth is anywhere from 5 to 14, and then our adult is 15 and up. And I always tell all of our buddies that our youth is like herding cats. Just, keep them within the field for the hour that we have them there. If they want to play, then that's great. Sometimes they don't, but that's really what we focus on, is just making sure that they have social interaction. The parents get to sit in the stands for an hour and enjoy whatever happens on the field. The adults definitely understand the game. They've been playing a lot longer. We started in 2017, spring of 2017. So we've been playing for a long time. So a lot of our adults have been playing all 10 years that we've been playing. And they understand the game and what they're supposed to be doing out there and the progression. And of course, all boys want to know who wins.
Sure, of course.
I love to know who wins, and it's always going to be
I'm an extremely competitive person. My whole family is athletes, and so it was really hard for me to understand that we were going to tie every year and every game. So I had to be okay with that and lay that down, and just understand that was okay, that everybody was going to tie. There wasn't going to be a winner. But as far as interacting and setting up the players and the buddies, I don't really know the buddies from a personal level, but I know my players from a personal level. I really focus on if they need more direction, if they need more protection in the field. The big thing is protecting the players in the field, because we do have some players who will take it over the fence, as Mark can attest to.
Yeah, his sister takes it over the fence.
So just making sure that those players have someone that can protect them if they're not aware in the field.
Yeah.
You let the kids run the bases. I mean, of course, all ages. They get the feel of running the bases, no matter if they hit the ball or whatever, because that's so fun. Just running the bases. It's kind of like you're making points, you're scoring.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Some of our players don't want to run all the bases. Some players, you can't catch up with them after they hit. So it just, some will run after the ball. So you just have to remind them that, no, we're running to the base. You can get the ball when you're in the outfield, not right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of learning.
I coached baseball for tons of years, and I was always a catcher or center field. But when I coached, I started out at T-ball, and I ended up with like 14, 15. I kind of quit when the boys started driving because they got distracted and they don't listen as much. But Mark did. Mark did a good job. I'd love to have coached Mark, and his mom's very involved and very good as mom and dad. But I noticed what you're talking about, because they can get hurt. When you've got somebody that really is not paying attention and maybe turned around backwards, and somebody else is taking it over the fence, that's got to be a challenge to do that. So you put somebody like Mark. Mark, did you carry a glove when you went on the field?
Yeah, we have to.
Oh, that's good, because you can kind of protect
the other players.
What position did you always do? The same position, or
it was up to my buddy.
Okay.
I love that.
That's neat. I did special needs fishing rodeos, and we used to have a box of trophies, and what we did was everybody gets a trophy. Ugly fish, biggest fish, skinniest fish, fattest fish, whatever it was.
So fun.
And these kids, some are in wheelchairs, some are in walkers, some of them are mentally disabled, some of them are physically. A lot of them but they really enjoyed the day because they go fishing. They don't always win. So I think that's really important to get kids at all levels and
all ages.
disabilities. But I think it's even more important and impactful that you're taking this to the adult level and keeping them involved. That's amazing.
We give each player an award and a medal at the end of every season.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
You know that's hanging on some walls. And
So sweet.
That's so exciting
And
for them.
we also have, we just started something new this year. We're doing stars for every home run. So I have a pin that they get for their baseball cap for every home run that they hit. And I have some individuals, their parents are deaf, and so I had to learn stars. We're like, more stars.
That's
I
right.
love that. That is so cool.
We're learning sign language where I am from Miss Rachel show with our little baby. So we pick up on that. It's really important. And it's kind of surprising how many people deal with disabilities and people cope with it. But so
communication is
what
essential.
usually are the most disability, the highest number of disability? What's everybody dealing with for the most part when they come out there? Is it just a wide range?
It's a very wide range. I let my coaches see what the players' disabilities are, but as far as like anybody else, I don't think that that's really what we need to focus on when we're on the field. The coaches know what the abilities of the players are. Some are physical and they're obvious. Others are mental, and you don't really know what that will do in the day. But it really is more just focusing on what the player can do when they're on the field. So we have a wide range of, anything from autism and alcohol syndrome from infants to major disabilities like cerebral palsy, and some disabilities that are just this long that you can't even pronounce. But it was really neat. I had a new player this year, Elijah, and he's in a wheelchair. He's nonverbal. And his mom, when she first brought him out, she said, okay, he's going to pretend like he can't do anything. He can, and he won't break. So make him play.
That's wonderful.
And it was so neat to be able to have that freedom, and for moms to say, they're not going to break. Let's make sure he gets out here and has a good time. And, yes.
What drew you to this organization? How did this all come to be?
So it was more like, my team, like my organization held like almost like a voluntarily thing. Like you could go, you could not go. And it was on the schedule for us. And so we had a lot of people from the Redbirds show up. It was from all ages, not from just my team.
And then you also volunteered, didn't you do it with the Murfreesboro Baseball League?
I did.
Yeah.
And then I've also done with my old team, the next level.
Do they play, or does it depend on everybody that's going to the bat in their challenges? Do we do T-ball? Do we do softball? Do we do baseball? Do we do underhand? What do you do?
Are they all different balls?
What do you do with the batters?
Well, we have two different balls. They're not a standard baseball, and they're not a standard softball. There's that standard size, but they have a little bit of give to them. We have some individuals that have visual issues. I have one player, his mom stands behind him and will tell him when to swing. So he uses the yellow ball so he can see it a little bit better, but also his mom will tell him when he needs to swing. So he always says that if he doesn't hit it, it's because of his mother. But then we have some.
That's how life works. It's always somebody else's fault.
Yeah.
Blame it on your mom. Typical. Blame it on your mom.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about, because I know when people see this interview, they're going to be so excited to get their kids involved. So what should they do to prepare? Like, what should kids wear? Like, should they buy T-shirts and certain shorts and certain shoes? Because I know it's, and also what is the terrain so they know? Like, is it the spongy or the dirt?
It's great if you're coming as a group to try to have the same color shirt on or a logo of some sort. I always say make sure that you have athletic shoes. If you have a glove, bring a glove. I have a lot of players that play baseball and they're like, oh, I don't need my cleats. And so they show up in slides or Crocs. And I'm like, well,
that's not good.
Put your Crocs in sport mode because you're still going to have to run today.
Right.
Yeah, but just making sure that you have athletic clothes, because we play right now. What we have is a pebble pour in place, but we're having the field refinished this summer. So we should have turf by the fall, which is very
Wow,
exciting.
amazing.
It's very exciting.
It makes it a little bit easier because in our pour in place, if it starts to rain, then it becomes an ice rink. So it's very hard for us to play on that. We can blow it off, with a leaf blower if it stops raining. But if it's currently, then we can't play. So it'll be nice.
To really help that out.
And our players have to slide and do all the fun stuff. So
do they really? They slide. Good for them.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
So
We have walk-up music, so a lot of our players have a good dance routine that you've got to be ready for, and you've got to participate.
It's exciting for them.
Oh yes, it's very unique. Just you don't expect that in a special needs baseball league, but it shows the personality of our players, because not all of them are verbal, not all of them know how to communicate very well, or we just don't understand how they're trying to communicate. And so when they have their walk-up song, and you don't really expect Metallica, but it happens, or Thomas the Tank Engine theme. Yeah,
that's sweet.
I always thought Thunderstruck by AC/DC it had to be the best walk-up song. If I ever made it to the majors, I didn't make it that far at all.
My husband would agree. He's a huge Metallica fan. Yes.
Yeah, Metallica is kind of. I'm not saying coming back because they never quit, but Metallica music's really hitting a whole new generation right now.
For sure.
That is true.
Well, tell people where they can find you, where they can connect with you and talk to you more.
And also when the season starts too.
Sure. So MurfreesboroTN.gov. You can go on our city website. We're a City of Murfreesboro entity. So you can go onto our website and just go into Miracle League Athletics. We also have developed Advantage Sports in Murfreesboro. So we play a couple of other sports when we can't play baseball. It gets kind of hot on our field, so we take the summer off. A lot of our players can't manage their body temperature, and we have fans out there and misters out there, but we have found that our players want to play more in the mister than they want to play baseball, so we don't always put it on.
Right, yeah. It's like having bubbles.
Get them out in a group, and they kind of forget about their things, and then they interact. They might make a buddy. I think that this is really wonderful.
Physical activity is amazing.
Yeah.
Just getting out there and circulating and of course being amongst peers. Mark, this is amazing that you're doing this, because you're such a cool teenager. You're such a cool teenager, and they probably get inspired by you. They get inspired by your level of athleticism, and they get encouraged. So it's amazing that you're doing this. So thank you, Mark, for what you're doing for the kids.
It's awesome. It's fun. Like last partner, he was wild. He started dancing on when he was getting ready to hit. So, I had to join him, and then he kept running off. But he fielded the ball.
That's great.
Times.
What position did you put him at?
He ran to second.
Wow.
That's a hot spot, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That is amazing. And then of course they learn a skill. I mean, catching and throwing and just running, it helps their motor skills, and it helps, and then they can go home and do this with their parents.
He was so excited.
Yeah.
We have practice once a week as well for each team.
Oh, you practice?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. We have practice every week. It helps. We have a pitcher that's our all-time pitcher, Thomas Laird. He does all our games, and he does a really good job of hitting the bat when our players are up to bat instead of just pitching. So he's very talented in that respect. But it's always good to get our players out there especially for our young players, to help them get acclimated to just being on the field. Right. And not having mom out there, letting them understand that it's a safe space, and also just a routine of being out on the field. Oh, this is what we do every week, so I'm okay out here, and helping them understand when to use a bat, when to use a glove. So all of those things.
It is a lot. It is a lot, because he's been a coach, and I know that, and I've been a player. But I know it's a lot, even
I
just to
should have
be.
been your coach.
Oh gosh, that
That
would
would have been so interesting.
just to be present, because sometimes even us, like as adults, it's hard for us to be present just because we have so much going on. But this is learning a new skill, and learning new skills are invaluable.
Well, I applaud what you do. Thank you
Yes.
so much for giving us your time today, both of y'all, and keep doing what you're doing. I hope that if we're ever in town when you have a game, we would love to come out.
It would
and
be
go
so
to it.
fun. Yes.
Yeah, our season starts in August. Our fall
August.
season starts in August.
Okay, that's good to know.
And then also, you were talking about sponsorships for the field, and is there anything like that you'd like to touch on?
We are having our 10-year anniversary in the spring of 2027. So that'll be very interesting for us. We'll be doing a few different activities. We also have a national all-star that we go to every year. So this year we'll be taking a player to Frisco, Texas. They have it at a different location every year. And so we as a league will support the player, take the player and their family over to Frisco for the weekend, and they treat them like royalty the whole weekend. So it's always interesting to have a sponsorship for that, because it'll cost us, depending on where we go. We've gone to Sioux City, Iowa. We've gone to West Palm, Florida. We hosted it here one year. And I'll tell you, when we hosted it here, we had about 700 people in town for a weekend.
Nice.
So it's like
That's
hosting.
huge.
It's like a wedding. I liken it to a wedding, because everybody comes in on Friday and they don't leave until Sunday morning, and it's 3 meals and a day and all the entertainment and activities. And so we like to take a player every year to that. So we always look for sponsorship for the player and their families. We have different things like the Special Olympics. We also do the Special Olympics in Rutherford County.
We have some friends that have we know lots of kids, and we try to help out as much as we can with the special needs. But yeah, the Special Olympics is really incredible. But what you're doing is so incredible. Thanks so much, both of y'all. We appreciate your time. Y'all, this has been TJ Cates with Nashville Entertainment Weekly.
Jill Santibanez.
Angie Keating with the Miracle League of Murfreesboro.
Mark Morgan with the Redbirds.